හයි මේ එපිසෝඩ් එක මම නම් කරලා තියෙන්නේ හෙලෝ එච්චෝස් කියලා. අපි නොමිලේ දෙන ස්පිරිතාලයකට ගියාම ඒ ස්පිරිතාලේ දොස්තරලා කට්ටිය කියන පොඩි දොස්තරලා පොඩ්ඩක් ලොකු දොස්තරලා ලොකු දොස්තරලා මෙහෙම දොස්තරලා ඒගොල්ලෝ වර්ගීකරණය කරලා තියෙනවා. මම මගේ ලෙඩා වුණේ මගේ අම්මා ස්ත්‍රී ලිංගික පුරුෂ ලිංගික. ඉතින් මට එයාව හැම වෙලාවම ස්ථානගත වුණේ ගෑනු වාට්ටුවට. මොකද මට එයා රෝගී වෙච්ච අවස්ථාවල මගේ ළඟම රෝහලක් තිබිච්ච නිසා අනිත් එක මම සෞඛ්‍ය සේවය ගැන පොඩි දැනුමක් තියෙන නිසා මම හිතුවා මට මේ රෝහලට මෙයාව දාලා මට වැඩේ කරගන්න පුළුවන් වෙයි කියලා. මට දැනුම ටිකක් තියෙන නිසා. අනිත් එක තමයි මම දන්නේ ගොඩක් මිනිස්සු බදු මහ ජනතාවගේ බදු ගෙවන ජනතාව මේ රටේ නිදහස් සෞඛ්‍ය සේවාව තියෙනවා. ඉතින් නිදහස් සෞඛ්‍ය සේවාවේ පිහිට පතාගෙන නිදහස් සෞඛ්‍ය සේවාව ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ බදු ගෙවන ජනතාවගේ අයිතියක්. නමුත් අවාසනාවකට වගේ නිදහස් සෞඛ්‍ය සේවාවේ වැඩ කරන අය හිතන්නේ ඒක මිනිසුන්ගේ අයිතියකට වඩා මිනිසුන්ගේ කරුමේ කියලා. කරුමට මුන්ට ලෙඩ හැදෙනවා. එතකොට මුන් ස්පිරිතාල වලට ඇවිල්ලා බෙහෙත් ගන්නවා. නෑ ඒක වැරදි. ඉතින් මට හෙලෝ එච්චෝස් එකෙන් කියන්න ඕනේ දොස්තර ඔය පොඩි දොස්තරලට ලොකු දොස්තරලට මැද දොස්තරලට භාග්‍ය දොස්තරලට මම ගියපු අවස්ථාවල දොස්තරගෙන් අහන්න මං අම්මගේ ගාව නැවැත්තුවේ එයා ගෑනුවෙක් කෙනෙක් නිසා මට ගොඩක් වෙලාට එයාගේ සහෝදරයක් ඥාති සහෝදරයක් තමයි නවත්තන්න පුළුවන් වුණේ. නමුත් මට දැනගන්න ඕනේ වුණා දොස්තරගෙන් අහලා මොකද්ද මෙයාට තියෙන ප්‍රශ්නේ කියලා. නමුත් ඒ හැම අවස්ථාවකදීම පොඩි දොස්තර කියන ලොකු දොස්තරගෙන් අහන්න කියලා. එතකොට ලොකු දොස්තර එන වෙලාවට වාට්ටු එළියේ බලන් හිටියත් ගොඩක් අයට ඇටෙන්ඩන්ට් කෑ ගහනවා යන්න මේක ගෑනු වාට්ටුවක් කියලා. ඉතින් ලොකු දොස්තරලාගෙන් ඔය මහ ලොකු කන්සල්ටන්ට් ලාගෙන් කියන්න ඕනේ ලෙඩ්ඩු ඉන්නවා ඒගොල්ලන්ට තේරෙන්නේ ඒගොල්ලෝ මොන වගේ අවස්ථාවකද ඉන්නේ කියලා. මගේ අම්මට ඇහෙන්නේ කතා කරන්න බෑ. එයා ලෙඩ වුණ වෙලාවල් වලට මම තමයි එයාගේ ප්‍රධාන උපස්ථායක විදියට ස්පිරිතාල වලට කියලා දොස්තරලත් එක්ක කතා කරේ. බැගෑපත් උනේ, බාල්දු උනේ, හිඟා කෑවේ. ඉතින් මට ඇත්තටම ඔයගොල්ලන්ට තැන්ක් යූ කියන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. මොකද මමත් කඩේට ගිහලා ගන්න හැම බඩුවකින්ම රජයට බදු ගෙවනවා. ඒ වගේම ඒ බදු මුදල් වලින් තමයි ඔගොල්ලෝ මං හිතන්නේ පඩි ගන්නේ. ඒකට මමත් අල්ප මාත්‍ර එක අබැටේක හරි දායකත්වයක් දක්වනවා කියලා මම හිතනවා. ඒ වගේම ඔගොල්ලෝ දිනපතා ඔය මුණ ගැහෙන ජනතාව ඔගොල්ලොන්ගේ රෝගීන් කඩේට ගිහිල්ලා බඩු අරගෙන ඒවලට බදු ගෙවලා ඔගොල්ලොන්ගේ පඩි එකතු කරනවා. එතකොට ඔගොල්ලෝ ගන්න පඩිය කෙවල් වලට yaadෙන් දෙයිද ගන්න පඩිය ඔයගොල්ලන්ට yaadෙයිද ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ දෙමව්පියන්ට ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ ළමයින්ට yaadෙයිද කියන එක ගැන ලොකු ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා. මොකද ඔයගොල්ලෝ ගන්න පඩියට ඔයගොල්ලෝ මං හිතන්නේ වැඩ කරනවා ඇති කියලා. During hello HOs, I want to take you through my clinical case of my mother. I admitted since I know somewhat healthcare. I'm a health information technician. So I thought, it's okay, I'll admit her in the free healthcare setup and I'll get it done. If I can't get something from this, I'll get it from private. But unfortunately, in this country, people who you see in free healthcare setups, they are the same set of people who you see in private healthcare setups. So their diagnosing skill is quite questionable. And I want to tell you this as well in the Hello HO episode. I'm not scared. If I come to your clinic, you can kill me with 16G cannula. So what happened was her first admission into the closest free healthcare setup was January 1st, 2020. In January 1st, 2020, the diagnosis I got was AGB, which is acute gastroenteritis. Fever for 1 day, vomited 3 times, loose stools 7 times. You can see I'll put the diagnosis capture in the left side. And they discharged her saying final diagnosis was AGB, acute gastroenteritis. She was under their care with a caretaker because she can't hear. I'm sure I really don't know what was the care this HOSHO gave to my mother at that point. Then again I had to admit her in the same hospital, which was again a mistake. I should have admitted her in a different hospital. She admitted, and then again I'll put the diagnosis card in the left side. Acute gastroenteritis plus urinary tract, UTI, urinary tract infection. Then again I admitted her in the same hospital under the same physician's stamp, same consultant's stamp. It was acute gastroenteritis. Then again I admitted her in for the last time in that very hospital December 9th. So that was the fourth admission, which she came out of the hospital as acute gastroenteritis. Let me tell you that December 9th I admitted my mother with complaint of severe vomiting since yesterday. Let me repeat, December 9th I admitted my mother in the closest base hospital, which was a free setup. Severe vomiting since yesterday, 20 episodes. Abdominal pain, no stool, okay, and she wasn't able to pass stool. Then they discharged her saying it is acute gastroenteritis. I remember this episode. I visited my mother in the second day, December 9th I admitted, December 10th they discharged. Luckily, thank God, my mother could not pass stool by herself. Then her stomach was like a stone. I told the physician, doctor, what's wrong? Then doctor said that is severe gastroenteritis. They said acute gastroenteritis. Then I said no, it can't be. Maybe something else is wrong. But then again I did all I wanted. I asked her, have you guys done any ultrasound? Then she said there is no need of ultrasound. This is acute gastroenteritis. That was a woman. I'm sure that bitch overlooked my mother's case, and she asked, are you the doctor? Then that's the normal reaction of these physicians in free healthcare setup. So I did not argue. I got her discharged. At the very same moment I wanted to do an ultrasound and see what's wrong. So I took her to a private setup and I got an ultrasound done. The very same day you discharged my mother saying acute gastroenteritis, but she got diagnosed in a different private healthcare setup which is smaller to your scale, saying bowel obstruction. Then the very next day she was operated. So what I want to say is, HOs, SHOs and all, you keep your medical arrogance, medical ego, MBBS arrogance, I am a doctor ego under your own closet, because that's not going to help. You people are getting paid by these normal people. I'm sure none of I know in Sri Lanka, like a lot of wealthy, capable people are getting into med schools and becoming doctors, and they're coming into healthcare setups, into free healthcare setups and practicing medicine. Your ego is something for you. You're lucky, right? You can kill anybody you want and you can get away with, because we don't have healthcare fraud or healthcare audit methodology in the country. I don't know whether there is. I don't know, because when you go to hospital you can see a lot of unethical stuff happening and you can do nothing about it, because the system have designed in such a way the patient is extremely vulnerable. So what I want to tell HOs, if your consultant is a piece of a shit, you don't have to be one to a patient. What I see in the hospitals, what I have seen is a consultant is a piece of a shit. So HO, SHO, HOs, they all are piece of shits. So they all pass their stress through patients. That's unnecessary. So what I all want to say in this episode is, at certain point, I really don't want to share my mother's misdiagnosis with anybody. I'm going to take it to myself. I'm going to take it to my shoulder and I'm going to walk through my journey. But you people can be a little bit nicer, right? You are taking care of relatively old patients and they are not going to ask a single bloody question, but you can answer for their siblings, next of kin, right? I have been answered in the rudest way on this planet Earth through HOs and SHOs. So I don't know if whenever you go to all these free healthcare setups, you see all the god statues every inch, every ward, every hallway. You see statues of these amazing preachers of so and so religions. But what I want to say is, and they preach about karma. If the karma is true, I'm sure all these physicians should experience the same. They have been nothing but disgusting in certain ways. So question yourself, hello HOs. It's time for you to audit your behavior, audit yourself, audit your consultant. I know there are consultants, they're nothing but shit. They think they're a consultant, they can do anything, right? All I want to say is they're nothing but shit. So you better audit yourself, audit your diagnosis. What I want to say to others, whoever watching this episode, if you are vulnerable and unfortunate to take your parent or the loved one, love of your life, to a free healthcare setup, don't settle for their diagnosis. Do not settle for their diagnosis. Get a second opinion, take your loved one to a different setup, different doctor, spend some money, get a diagnosis, get a proper diagnosis which satisfy your knowledge, thought process. I did that mistake. I settled with free healthcare setup diagnosis. That was the biggest mistake which I did, and I lost my only love of my life. So I don't want the same thing happen to you. Thank you.